Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm Symphony. Shannon Sharpe is out at ESPN as the brand has chosen to sever ties with the football legend and media personality. This news comes just days after settling a lawsuit filed by Jane Doe, who accused him of sexual assault and battery twice in October of 2024 and once in January of 2025, alleging he displayed controlling and abusive behavior, including threatening violence. Of course, Sharpe would deny any allegation of coercion and misconduct in a statement via his lawyer, even calling the lawsuit a shakedown, maintaining innocence that their relationship was consensual. Not too long after the initial allegations came out, Sharpe decided to step away from ESPN, stating, "At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me." In response, ESPN was in complete support of the choice, saying, "This is a serious situation, and we agree with Shannon's decision to step away." Now, interestingly enough, at the time, Sharpe said he planned on returning to the network at the start of the NFL training camp, whereas ESPN declined to comment on that part. Now, as the news made its rounds online, the internet wouldn't spare Sharpe of not only jokes, but also reminders of past Club Shay Shay guests like Katt and MoNique, offering him advice and warnings when it comes to relationships. Responding to breaking news of ESPN firing Sharpe, one social media user would write, "MoNique warned him." Another social media user would reference a quote from Sharpe's most viewed Club Shay Shay interview. They said, "Katt Williams told Shannon Sharpe, then white women will take your rabbit egg down in 2 weekends. Shannon responded, "Come on, Katt." Fast forward 2025, ESPN has reportedly severed ties with Shannon less than 2 weeks after he settled that lawsuit. One more user would sum up previous arguments made by writing, "Katt Williams and MoNique tried to set him straight, but his own arrogance got in the way and he didn't listen." While one more would say, "MoNique is somewhere reading this Shannon Sharpe news like." Attached would be a gif of the queen of comedy with a disappointed look taken from her Club Shay Shay interview with Sharpe. Another user offered a different perspective that many resonated with. "Stop saying that woman ruined Shannon. Shannon's lack of self-control and discretion ruined Shannon. That's what ruins most y'all, actually." One more would write, "Shannon Sharpe retired that OnlyFans girl before his own family, and now he got fired." Now, conversation about Sharpe's firing wasn't just present on social media site X, as several TikTokers would also join in. Most TikTokers blamed Sharpe for his own actions and lack of self-discipline. In addition, some of those TikTokers would also bring up the words of Katt Williams and MoNique, shaming Sharpe for not following their advice.
You know, when Katt Williams told him he had an unhealthy allegiance to losers, we did not know that he would make that a self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, it's really, truly unbelievable. The fact that Shannon Sharpe is 6'1", 6'2", 220 pounds and was a lineman and all this, and it took a 23-year-old white woman, it took some 23-year-old white coach to take him out. Girl, you can't make it up. You really just cannot make it up. This is why when I say lust will literally ruin your legacy, lust will really ruin your life. This man was talking about how he's not giving his daughter money. I don't care, this and the third, him and his big bell pepper nose and all this cooning for them people. Not only did he pay that lady off, they also said, "Wait a minute, buddy, you can go ahead and log out for me." This is exactly what he get. Everybody like, oh, don't kick him while he's down, nigga. It's boots on the ground season. Did y'all not forget?
This is why you shouldn't feel bad for Shannon Sharpe. This dude Shannon Sharpe told his daughter that she had a max budget of $30,000 for her wedding, but was out here paying for freak time with an OF model. This dude Shannon Sharpe literally retired an OF model. And it's so obvious that this was her plan from the beginning. Step 1, get into a BDSM relationship with Shannon Sharpe. Step 2. Record all the evidence of Shannon Sharpe playing into this BDSM relationship. So over the course of however long they were doing this BDSM bullshit, she gathered all the evidence and then used it against him. Even Shannon knew he was cooked. There's a reason why he tried to offer her $10 million to keep quiet instead of going to court. He is damn near 60 years old as a black man, about to go to court with a 20-year-old that has a mountain of evidence on him because he was participating in a bullshit ass BDSM relationship. I'm surprised she didn't get the full $50 million. Arguably the funniest part about this situation is that Shannon would always try and lil bro Ocho Cinco by saying, oh, he's not professional enough to make it on ESPN. Whole time Shannon let his freakiness get himself fired from one of the cushiest jobs in the world. Say Lakers in 5 and then get paid $100 million.
So this is crazy stats. So the OnlyFans girl that Shannon Sharpe was messing with settled for $23 million. Now, mind you, they were only dating for a few months. And Shannon Sharpe played for 14 years in the NFL and put his body through a tremendous amount of stress and the potential brain damage that he probably received from the stress from playing in football. And he received $22 million, but this girl received $23 million settlement. That's a big enough stat where every athlete should be celibate. You guys should just be celibate till y'all get married, or you guys have them sign the prenups and then get married. You guys, that's a big enough stat to be celibate, because that is crazy.
I wonder what was going on through Shannon Sharpe's mind when Katt Williams told him those type of women could get you taken down in 2 weekends. I wonder what was going on through his mind when MoNique was sitting there telling him to get away from the younger woman.
After settling the lawsuit with that girl that filed these allegations against him, Shannon Sharpe just got fired from ESPN. And that's on him, because as a 50-something-year-old man, you worked your ass off to get yourself to that position where you were about to get a $50 million contract. But you allow your sexual desires to ruin that for you. Because someone your age messing with a 19, 20-year-old girl made no sense. The same way how we tell women to not date men just for money, because sometimes those men that have the money have shitty character, is the same way we should tell men that have money that you should not just date a woman just for her looks, because sometimes those women that look good have shitty character. On top of losing that $50 million contract, I'm sure his nightcap show on YouTube is probably going to take a big hit as well. Because if you think about it, a lot of sponsors are not going to want to work with him, even though he settled the case. Moral of the story, men, when you become extremely successful, find ways to control your sexual desires, because that'll be your biggest downfall sometimes.
Now, shortly after ESPN broke news, Sharpe would break his silence on the matter through his Nightcap podcast. There he would say,
obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week. The only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted it to be about him. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and I just wish this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother. The first 2 brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. This is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So
what do you guys think about the news of ESPN firing Shannon Sharpe? Let us know in the comments below. And be sure to stay up to date with the latest news and comedy by subscribing right here to our YouTube channel. And if you enjoy content like this, check out hypersclub.com to get a membership to watch full interviews and more original content. And if you have a story you think we should cover, send us a message now at hypealerts.com. Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm Symphony.